Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Brighthelm Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, with Pillars of Eternity. We left off having cleaned out the madhouse in their basement. Pretty much all their cells and stuff are open. Patients ran out into the streets, maybe died. And I believe the gray hooded man of the leaden key, he got away. Or at least his soul did. The boy's body is still in there, probably, and probably getting poked around by animancers and whatnot. But afterwards, Lady Webb summoned us. So we gotta go answer her at Haunted House. Everyone needed to use their abilities right down there. Oh. This guy ran away. As you near the apparition, you are overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides nevertheless. The apparition's brow is tensed, a look of concern plain across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
My mind has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
The pain in your stomach deepens, and you feel for a moment as though you are about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry. Forgive me, Eminence. I wish to leave the order. The man folds his fingers together and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
I've done something unforgivable. The apparition exhales slowly, and its lips press together, a sympathetic rapport in its eyes. It places its hand on your shoulder.
I see. And you would cast yourself out, is that it?
What I've done, no god would have me now.
If you believe that, then I have failed you as a teacher. There are many gods so that all people are looked after, no matter who they are or what they've done. The only ones who need fear anything are those who abandon their gods, thinking all is lost. But for those who beg help and forgiveness, the gods always provide.
Only for the deserving.
I will tell you the truth. There may be some among the gods who would see you punished. But after punishment comes absolution, redemption.
But he's dead. Aethys is dead.
Whatever stain there is upon your soul, the gods can wash it clean. But you must dedicate yourself to them in return. That is what makes one deserving. Will you return the faith they put in you?
The knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once, and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely. Something warm and soothing, and it is something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of the many odd looks aimed in your direction. Your last response echoes in your minds. I will. Wow. So, awakened in a previous life, I happened to be working for this guy who may have been around all that time. Didn't they say Lady Webb was upstairs? I just needed to go upstairs. Is this her office? No. Oh. Lady Webb will see you now. She got treasure all around. This woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age. A gossamer veil over pale blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dot and stripe her hands like a quilt patterned after some great indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aothis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
Wow. It seems Dunrid Rose spies live up to their reputation.
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
Well, it was more a personal matter to begin with, to, help Aloth out, figure out, with his awakening stuff, as well as, maybe I would learn a thing or two about my awakenings. And then it turns out, oh yeah, this is the place of misery and madness where a Leaden Key spy may be. And then I was like, okay, I think it's a patient. And then Cadman Azo was, kind of shifty and being bad. And also there was this scepter I needed to turn in there so I can get a bunch of money, which I didn't get as much as I wanted, but it was, still a profit. And, at some point in time, I cleaned out the entire house. So, it was a personal matter.
A personal matter that has you tracing the footsteps of the Leaden Key. Must be some problem you have. You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend. Which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
Well, I don't want to go mad, essentially. She closes her eyes and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still and her mouth parts. Little more than a sliver, and her hand briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground. The pages wafted around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back and her gaze is immediately upon you.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
Uh-huh. That's a heck of a name. It's like Thanos, but Theos. I think I like Theos better, though. How do you know?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for
You're a
me
cipher.
to see it.
Get out of my mind.
You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. Must have been a special occasion.
That's why she did her own little orgasm thing. She was in my mind.
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it. What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man. Awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism.
But she's all about laws and justice and whatnot.
That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions,
Yo.
but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity.
I suppose.
He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
How do you know so much about Theos?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
Anything to know about the Legend Key, the group itself?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know. If you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal.
Kept in the dark on missions they are involved in. How does that even work? So go to this tavern and order yourself this very specific drink. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Alright, I mean, how expensive is it? Oh, here's the money for it. Oh, shoot, free drink? Alright, easy enough for me.
Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
So, thanks for all this knowledge, but what do you want from me? I feel like this is a bit of a knowledge broker, where, like, you know, are you wanting to know about the living lands? You can't know about Tunk, because I won't let you.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you. Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Well, that's pretty reasonable, really. I don't think I want to refuse. I'll just...
If you find
Go
your
with it.
trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
Well, let me tell you about
Well,
Madhouse.
let's hear it.
Yeah, in Brackenbury Sanitarium, Theos was impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public's opinion of animancy.
Forgive me, it is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
Yeah?
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
Unfortunate for him, I don't sleep.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. If we can learn more about their goals and methods, Perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
Avar Wolfgren? Or what was his name? He's the Duke of Defiance Bay. Uh-huh. Progress is encouraging.
Yes? Try your best not to die out there.
Of course. Well, I guess we better get to exploring. Turning over leaden key rocks. Hello? Any leaden key acolytes in here? Oh, right now, may have hit a little bit of a stopping point in Defiance Bay, because we're not allowed to go to the hill. I don't want to join any factions in First Fire's Copper Lane, so I'm going to try to avoid those areas of questing. Looked like I got everything in Andra's gift. I might be mistaken, because I didn't explore everything in there. Not going to worry about factions in Brackenbury. So we're going to head out and explore Searing Falls. Hey, there's Dyrwood Village. That's main storyline stuff. I remember that. There's somebody who arrived in Dyrwood. So what we got here, eh? Trolls. Dragons. That's what we got. We got dragons. Hey. This looks very volcanic. Really hard to keep track of everything because all the flapping wings going on. These drakes sure do like flapping. So there seems to be multiple bridges going into this pool there. Isn't that this pools of red fire or something?
Curses!
So there are dragons around, you know. That's a cave. It's a big cave. That's a dragon cave. If ever I've seen a dragon cave. Yeah, these are definitely pools of something. I was reading that. Dadgummit. The tunnel burrows into the depths as far as the eye can see. The crystal waters are perfectly transparent. Okay, now we'll fight. If ever I've seen one. Oh. Quest updated, so it's gotta be it.
Whatever beast comes upon us here will find us already cooked.
Indeed. Might be a good idea to have a little rest.
Death
After
to our
getting these
enemies.
guys. Alrighty. Let's go and kick this dragon's booty. Ooh, camping supplies. Bird lady. No problems. So hot in here. It's so hot. There it is. The dragon. Kale the Silent. The drake cocks its enormous head, looking at you, Drake. So dragons are bigger? It issues a stream of words directly into your mind. Glowing, burning spark. You, human thing, you come to take my spark, yes. What? The drake coils its body protectively around something. Spark is an ember warm, glowing, beautiful. It turns its head to look at you out of one slit pupil. One day I will become a burning thing, bright and terrible, like my spark. Spark sounds like treasure to me, honestly, and nobody keeps treasure away from Rollen Tallstag.
No! You come to steal it with your cold, dirty paws. I shall protect it.
Yep, you can try.
Hey, lad.
On the ground where the dragon had curled around it, you find a stone that glows a brilliant orange, yet is cool to the touch when you reach to retrieve it. Durance catches a glimpse of it, and his eyes bulge out of their sockets. He scowls, his mouth puckered as though having tasted poison, and he spits on the stony ground.
Oh's cruel jest. The bitch has always known where to sink her claws to get a rise out of me.
What do you mean?
This stone you carry, this is part of the bomb that destroyed Aethys. The God Hammer.
You seem angry. For the first time, Durance seems to become aware of his demeanor, and as quickly as it had flared, it seems to recede, until you start to question whether he had been angry at all.
No, it is not anger you see. I am merely the victim of a divine practical joke, it seems. That will remain between she and I, Watcher, for only I am able to appreciate it.
Yeah, sounds like you appreciate it all right. Tell me about the Godhammer.
Ask me on the road, Watcher. I'm in no mood for it with the Horde's bitter perfume still clogging my senses.
That's what you smell is fire and brimstone, not a perfume. What's it doing here?
One wonders. The bomb blew big, but it would not have sent fragments this far from the Citadel. The Drake must have carried it quite a distance. Or Margaret merely put it here herself.
Is it worth anything?
Ha! Ask Aethys. If you mean in terms of copper, there was a time when it might have been, but the market soon became flooded with pieces of the God Hammer, most of them no more than the trivial enchantments of swindlers dabbling in wizardry. Counterfeit. As there has never been a reliable way to judge a fragment's authenticity, and the would-be judges are often watchers, questionable as the artifacts themselves, their value has plummeted considerably. Ask any shopkeep if he's interested, and he'll try to sell you his fragments instead.
Well, let's get back to Firga. Catch Durance scowling once more out of the corner of his eye, or your eye, but he says nothing else.
Not a problem.
Get out of the way, Tonk. I'm trying to loot here.
Not a problem.
Oh, treasure.
Ah! Trap!
Goodness. A sun lance? What's this dragon doing with priestly spells? Ooh, that's really good. Nothing more here for me. Let's go back to Defiance Bay, first fires, to turn in that little piece of the God Hammer to the Temple of Margaret and see if maybe that re-sparks hope in the city or something. Oh ho! Woodland Trails completed. How do I, where, there's the thing. Main Keep. There we go. Begin those repairs. Up here at the Two Cold Palace. Okay.
Good day, stranger.
May you be guided and tempered by the flame. Present the burning stone. I journeyed to Searing Falls myself. This is what I found there. By the flame! Do you know what this is? It's a fragment of the Godhammer bomb. Yes, the very weapon that Margaret herself helped us to build to defeat Widewind in the Saints' War. She turns the stone in her hands, gazing into its bright glow. It's weird seeing it right in front of you like that. Before, it was just stories. Never seemed real. Yet, Her mouth twists into a frown, and the orange light carves deep shadows across her face. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? Her knuckles whiten as she tightens her fingers around the stone. Isn't, like, Goddess of Trials and, like, rebirth in the fire, so to say, you know? Yeah, this is... You sent, and yet you sent me to pursue the vision she gave to you. You proved yourself faithless. I don't know if she really sent me. She just told me about the vision, and then I went out to do it. So... You hold part of a weapon designed by a god. The very existence of such a thing should fill you in with awe. Her face relaxes, and her eyes drink in the glowing thing in her hand. So it does. It's not an answer, but it has meaning. She closes her hands around the stone and tucks it away. I'd forgotten how important that is.
Meaning? She has no idea what it means, what it represents, what went into it.
As she looks at the statue, a flame springs from its raised hand. One of the things I have always loved about Magrin is her affinity for fire, how it grows and spreads. You feel the warmth from the fire rippling across the room. You've given me what I need. I'll make sure to give the people of Defiance Bay the support they need. Now, let me give you something you might need. She disappears, returning quickly with something in her hand. A weapon worthy of the goddess herself. Please accept it as a thanks for your service to Magrin and to me.
What was it? Unforgiven.
Is that a reputation boost? I can't remember. Let's go and try again now. Try to help Adair. With the records keeper.
Welcome.
Ahoy there. Looking for somebody. Yep. Something peculiar about the record keeper's inflection. The differences are subtle, but it does not sound like any native Dyrwood you've heard. Well, come on. I think I should just bully him. Take what I want. In the Duke's palace, I can assure you that you do not. Besides, without my assistance, you'd be sifting through scrolls for years. Perhaps. Okay, fine. That didn't work. Alrighty. We'll go increase our reputation some more. It's a couple of. Where's the whole revealed mysteries? Right there. How convenient. Right next to me. Uh-oh. Someone's stealing things from the hall.
I could while away hours in here. If we had the time, of course. Do we?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Hello.
You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple, after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. What? This looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Weil is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Well, sounds like my kind of guy. That's pretty cool.
To think there's such a place in the Dyrwood.
Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves?
Was great.
Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Weil tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? Who's Grimda? Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it.
almost nothing anyway. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Is this about the stolen items in the archives? Hey, if I told her I'm a problem solver, would that change her mind? Imagine she's over here. That's the eye. The eye while.
Hail and well met.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you.
You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search.
She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare.
Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses.
What are you looking for? Maybe I could find it.
Could you now? You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll a while. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden. A secret of the 100 visions.
The wiry eyebrows arc over her spectacles.
The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation.
All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Dyrwood. Oh, I think I know what they're talking about.
Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. While rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I.
An ancient scroll of Wile? There's a fine prize, I mean. A worthy task. Getting all my voices confused.
What else do you need?
I'll get going. I know that farmhouse. It's in Wooded Plains. There was nothing there before. But there's probably something there now. Farmhouse. Well, you know, it is a little battered. So they may not be there. Or maybe they are. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. This has got to be wild. This has got to be wild. So what?
You have found it. Now lose it again.
What?
You think this theft was an accident?
The voice seems to shift as if the speaker were constantly changing age, race, and sex.
My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives a thing value. Take it to the Black Meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it neath its skull.
Very interesting. I like that. Wait. Hang on a second. Taxes collected. Oh yeah. We almost made 600. But I only lost 14. Curses to those bandits. The Black Meadow, huh? Wait. Aren't the priests want the scroll back? Wait, oh no, they are of Wile. Like, if I told them, hey, so Wile told me to lose the scroll again, away from the thieves and from you guys. Is that alright? Like, would they be okay with that? Would they accept that? I feel like they should, because, you know, that's all what Wile is about. It would make sense for him to reach out to me and, you know, tell me to hide it again. You know? Just makes sense to me, anyways. Skull facing... faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Bury the scroll a while. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voice speaks in your head once again. Well done, Watcher. You have fostered a scroll of Wile. Okay, back to Copper Lane. Hall of Revealed Mysteries, here we come. Oh. What's going on, eh? Assassins?
braved out the...
So what were these assassins all about, huh? Written on this scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including name, distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with in your brief time in Dyrwood. Same thing, okay. Well then, they don't like me. The leaden key, I'm sure. Alrighty, Grimdark.
Gods keep you.
Ever inquisitive, I see.
I found the scroll and Weil asked me to hide it again.
You expect me to believe a yarn like that?
Well, it would be foolish to steal from the God of Secrets.
Yet that didn't stop those thieves from trying, and it apparently hasn't stopped you either. Now get out!
Well, I'm telling you the truth.
Off with you. I'm no use for blasphemers and thieves.
I'm not a blasphemer or a thief. I told you the truth. Did you make my reputation go up? I'm an ally with Defiance Bay. What do you know? Faintly good. Can we steal that scroll or something? Theorems of Pandarum? No entry to the archives without Grimdar's permission. I'm guessing that's the archives. Oh, you're right there. Yeah, that's the Elder Archives. If you weren't just standing there, you know?
Hey, Olaf, can I, talk to your, your friend?
Isilmir?
What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Dang, you're old, Alof. Like, elven old. Well, since I'm now an ally with Defiance Bay, would they now like me in the Elder Archives? Or not the Elder Archives, the regular archives? The Palace Archives?
I'm buying you a pint. That means a lot, Adair. Oh, do you want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isilmir. I'll get you one too.
That's kind of mean. Dang it, there. Why do you gotta be doing this to poor Aloth? But wait, wouldn't that mean 2 pints for Aloth?
Hail, traveler.
Yep. Okay. Nope. Need more reputation. Okay. Let's head inside a house. Just random houses. Some lockpicks. That's nice. This painting depicts the famous scene from The Light of Dawn, in which the traveler and the ghost happen upon a starving man. Treasure. Sugar. Treasure. Money. Saints War Part 1. Overthrow. But I want the proper key. I want the treasure. Send a goose and fox. Treasure. Kainra? A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her, and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other.
This is not a good time.
What's that thing you're spinning? She glowers at her closed fist. Something I need to get rid of.
I mean, if it's a shiny something, I might want it.
What are you doing here? She takes a long drink from her glass.
Just trying to calm down. And trying to talk myself out of something foolish.
Something foolish? Like what? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Kainra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone.
There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernisk. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company.
Who hit you?
I know how this looks, but you don't understand. It's not like Pernisk. It's these new friends of his. They've brought out the worst in him.
Tell me about these new friends.
They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth, and I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise.
So they're... dead eyes, black teeth. Are they doing drugs? Sounds like a case of, it is a crack house or something.
Zvef changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd...
She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I'm guessing Zvef is a drug that I'm familiar with. It makes them calm and listless. It shouldn't make them violent. So kind of like weed.
I don't really know. It seemed better than believing he's always been this way.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break.
A ring clatters onto the table.
It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I lose my temper and I'll probably wind up with another one of these.
Points to her bruise. I'll take the ring to Pernisk then.
The house is just north of here. Just, please don't hurt him. You seem like the forceful sort, but I don't want anyone getting hurt again over this. That goes for Pernisk or me.
I ain't gonna promise nothing. Strength is given to a man to protect, not to bully. And let's completely ignore the fact that I may have done some bullying in my past.
Bring back the feisty one. There's a woman can do some damage squeezing her legs together.
It isn't a parlor trick. Besides, she doesn't take orders well.
She has backbone, that woman. Does it scare you?
No, but I won't be responsible for what happens if you call her whore.
Fireball. Fireball. And it would hurt all of us. So don't do it, Durance. Okay, yep. Bunch of addicts in here. Treasure. Svef. Okay. Bunch of mercs around. Hey, that Pernisk.
How do you do?
The man before you flashes you a toothy and rather unpleasant grin.
Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this,
Gestures to the room around you,
is my humble abode and place of business. And I do hope you're in here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guards.
Seems like a lot of guards for one man. Must be popular.
Sure right. Very perceptive. This business attracts some less pleasant types. Sometimes the clientele get a little pushy. And every so often someone even turns out to be snooping into things they shouldn't, and lessons have to be taught. Oh, yeah? I'm sure you're too smart to get wrapped up in all of that, of course. I think you're mistaken. You see, you're running this crack house. I'm sure those people are paying some kind of money, and you're keeping that money somewhere around here. You get my drift? I want that money. I keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the sveff. You're free to make use of the premises so long as you don't do anything stupid, and you don't go to tangling with the other customers now. Prentice claps his hand together. What can I get you? Kyndra asked me to give you this. Nice. What's this for? I'm going to remain silent. Well, whatever this is about, it's a fine ring. Looks like it should sell for a pretty pond. Thanks, friend. I'm getting the feeling this isn't Pernisk. Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, huh? While you're playing lapdog for her and all, why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear of here? I'm not gonna start yelling at him just yet. I'm gonna do some snooping around over here. You could turn right back around. The lower floor is all yours, but nobody goes upstairs. Why not? Because you'll be breathing through new holes in your neck if you head up there, that's why. Just mind your own business. Once you're on the Sveff, you're not going to much care where you are anyway. I could threaten him and bully him. Seems kind of like a pushover. Might work. Get out of my way or I'll break your sword in half and beat it to you at both ends. You're like gods, man. I'm just trying to warn you off. Yeah, you ain't warning me off of nothing. There's something upstairs. If it turns out to be worse... Uh-oh. There's nice. A rusty bronze key. Treasure? Treasure. Knew they were keeping it somewhere. Treasure. Oh, more treasure. It appears as though someone rummaged through this uneven row of books in a hurry. These jars are chipped and cracked as if knocked to the ground and set back in place. Nigerian dialects. Yeah, it definitely looks like a robbery happened. Oh, look at that. A second Bernisk. Someone has gathered sheets and towels into a makeshift bed. The rumpled fabric is stiff with blood and unwashed sweat. One side of the overturned vase is splotched with crimson. A man lies, bound and bloodied, on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, no more. I can't take anymore. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Bereth. You're not one of his men, are you? His men? Shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Who is that downstairs? An imposter. Some wizard named Nyrid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me. And now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Sveff inside my own house. he just turned up all of a sudden? I feel like, why would he target you? Unless you owed him something or something. Like, I'm sure you have something to hide too, bub. Because I doubt he just randomly kicks down the door of this one person's house and is like, yep, I'm taking you hostage and I'm gonna make a SVEF operation here. I may have hung onto a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed that money. So you're a SVEF dealer too. Okay, yep. Look, I know it's not the best line of work, especially with all that's happened, but it pays well. Very, very well. And, well, people want the stuff, don't they? I mean, it's not bad drugs. Is it worth losing Kainra? Or Kyndra. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. I have to. I'm sorry. I don't have any other trade. Nothing that's going to support us. Someday I'll get out of the business when we don't need it anymore. So, convince me, why should I help you? Because it's the right thing to do? Okay, look, Nyrid took all of my money, but he still has it. If you kill him, he's bound to have most of it on his person. You can have all of it. I'll do that, yeah. So he keeps the money on his person. What an idiot. Oh, thank you. I'd help if I could, but in my state, I'd probably just slow you down. Please, be careful. Alright. He also has that ring, too. What would probably be wrong of me to sell the ring and all that. Yeah, ignore the sound you heard upstairs, everyone. It was nothing to worry about. It's alright. So, Nyrid. The toothy smile falters. That's so. He shakes his head. Shame you had to go digging around, friend. Because now, I can't exactly let you leave, can I? Then poof, he turns into a wizard! Whoa! We're getting tired of pretending to be that sack. Anyhow. Guards! Ah! Stop! I give up. Just leave and I'll go peacefully, alright? Nope. Well.
I can do that.
Did it.
That's settled.
I'm taking the money in the gem. Okay. So, his old self. Free Pernisk. Okay. I didn't bother freeing him in the first place. But now I can free him, I guess.
Is it done? Is he dead?
Yeah, he's taken care of.
I can't believe this nightmare is finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You've no idea what you've done for me, but...
He looks at you again, and away again.
I need to find my love, Kainra. Only after Nyrid, whatever Nyrid put her through. I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. And please, don't tell her about this VEF. About what I do. I could make it worth your while. A discount, maybe. I feel like the truth would be best to tell her. I'm gonna trust her to make her own decisions with the truth. And if she leaves you, she leaves you. Sorry. If she stays with you, you know, you got another seller for SVEF. I know, and I can't force you to keep this secret, I just don't want to lose her after what happened here. I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Svev, or me if she finds out.
We'll see. I'll go tell her the truth. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring?
Well, you see, Pernisk was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svev.
I had no idea.
Pernisk, he... She brings her fist down on the table, sloshing her drink. Damn it! How can I trust him after something like this? He's lied to me for this long. She runs her hands through her hair and takes a deep breath. I should just be glad I found out before the wedding. He does still love you, you know. Perhaps you're right. If he's willing to give it up, we can work this out. Seems worthwhile to give him a chance, anyway. Oh, and take this. Picked it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm in my decision. I'll be fine without it now.
Unwavering resolve. Intellect 2 and of resolve 1. Nice.
Right fetching feathers, lass.
Repeat, please, in Adiran. And stand closer so I can grab your neck if you said what I think you did.
That was Isilmir. She likes your feathers.
Thanks, but I'm not interested, Isilmir.
Alright then. And there you have Pillars of Eternity, everyone. A lot of treasure delving and assorted whatnot, such as that. We did some side questing. Well, we started off with Lady Webb and learning about the Leaden Key and Theos, and she wants the treasure of knowledge. I then went to do some side questing so I can get the reputation up in Defiance Bay, so I could help Adair eventually. So I went to those Searing Caves, or the caves by the Searing Falls. Can't remember what the cave is called. The Cave of Fire, we shall call it. And recovered those treasures from that dragon. The treasure of the God Hammer. After that, we dealt with drug dealers, Svef dealers, specifically, and uncovered the treasure of love, I suppose. As that couple was struggling through impersonation wizards and overcoming drug use and dealing in order to make a quick buck, essentially. It is by going down into the abyss that we recover the treasures of life. Where you stumble, there lies your treasure. This is Master Barkle from Brighthelm Recording, signing off.